Oh, okay, so she got captured off screen. So that's 2 of the shamans down. Well, that was a lot to take in, but welcome back to TearRing Saga. Holmes' route is over for the time being. He's currently going through the Fire Shrine catacombs, and now we're back to Ruden's army as we're about to move out to our biggest battle yet. Because, if you recognize that class sprite, you might know who we're fighting here. Yep. Remember this guy from all the way back in Chapter 10? He's back, and this time, we actually need to fight him. And, oh boy, look at all these things. 20 attack speed, but that is with the One Might Sword, though. Soul, Pavis, Nile, Adept, Charisma, and a Wind Shield, just because they knew you'd want to use Sylphid against him. So, yeah, and look at those stats too, like, this is basically like fighting Naren, except even stronger, somehow. And his troops are no joke too, because look at all these artillerymen. So this is actually why I said, they have iron shields too, so they've got 27 defense. This is why I said during the third route split, you want armor-slaying weapons on Runen's team, because we're going to have to wade through a whole lot of artillerymen. And yeah, hammers, but they're a little unreliable. Rochelle with Sunflame is also great for taking them down. They only have 16 attack, which is not enough to damage him with Sunflame equipped. They've also got Physic Bishops, even more, some Ballisticians with Arrow Spate, Bow Riders with Brave Crossbows. These guys are kind of weak overall, but there's also a Mage Knight there too, a kind of a rare enemy type, and a Wyvern Knight. So, there's only one of each of these types of riders and knights. However, that may change. I'll just say. So, yeah, this chapter is probably the most, like, intimidating looking chapter in the game. In my opinion, it's not that bad, but there are a lot of people who consider this the hardest map in the game. But anyway, I actually went ahead and did item management off-screen just because there was a lot of it to go through. But to sum it up, I gave Rochelle Canticle because I forgot about that he could use light magic. And it's essentially the same thing as Sylphid, it's just less might, but that means Sylphid can go to Sierra, who I feel like needs it more. Vega just has some good swords, including an Armor Slayer and Likud, which, honestly, Likud's probably better than an Armor Slayer, because crits partially ignore defense anyway. Raffin has his weapons back. I've also given him a Thief's Dagger, just because I guess we can kind of have a quasi-mug Raffin here. Muriel she doesn't really need much more than Aura Ray and Starlight. Naren, I've given him back Land's Mirror, and also, I have 3 occult books. I can afford to use one on him to make him even more ridiculous. Latina has, I gave her another Physics Staff. Sasha's got more Levin Swords, also an occult book for her too. Raquel just has the standard good bows. Raphael has Soul, as well as a Hammer and the Arbalest. Oh, actually, wait a minute. You have the Chukonu. I feel like, should this be reversed? I need the Chukonu on Raphael for the next map, but for this one, it's probably fine this way. Mince has an Armor Slayer as well as some more Pylums for Flurry. Oh yeah, and we actually will need to deploy him in this map. He's pretty good anyway, so I'm going to bring him regardless. And yeah, so Sierra has a few items to use on herself, like the Mug Scroll, as well as another Sylphid, and the Salia Codex to raise the chances of her gaining speed. I still don't know if I'm going to be using my Wing Potion on her or not. Maybe. And I'm going to want Mel and Lyria in this next map too, but their inventories are unchanged. Also, Plum. I was considering giving the Swift Potion to Rochelle earlier to make the best use of his 3 range, but also having the extra movement on a Dancer could be really useful too, so I might end up using this on Plum. This is actually +3 movement, which is pretty insane. But I feel like using on her, that might work. And Tom could help in this chapter too, just by chipping things down with Arrow Spades. So, let us move out. I'll talk more about how I feel about those cutscenes with Kanan a little later, because I'm going to have plenty of time to talk in this map. Total War. And we have this music again. Yeah, this is actually the same name as as in the Japanese version. So, oh boy, this map. This map is kind of very intimidating from the beginning. We've got a whole load of Chukonu artillerymen right from the start. And we also have a lot of enemies around these forts, and I guess I can talk about the gimmick of this map from the get-go. These forts, the enemies that start near them, that is the type of enemy that will be spawning from that fort every turn, infinitely. Yes, this map has infinite reinforcements, and that's the main thing that gets annoying about it. Basically, you want to shut down these forts by having somebody stand on them as soon as possible, and it's a priority to take down this fort first, because these Wyvern Knights are really strong. You don't want it to deal with unlimited numbers of them. So my goal is to fly somebody over there, take out that guy, stand on the fort, and then start wiping out these ballistas. And speaking of which, I forgot the Goddess Shield, so it's either Raffin or or Sasha who should take that. And honestly, Sasha's weaker defense. I mean, they're both pretty vulnerable to ballistas. But I feel like Sasha should probably take it more than Raffin. So manage. Lena out now. And Mint's in. Oh yeah, I need these 4. I'm gonna have to make a lot of room. So technically you're the most expendable one here out of my army, but I really want to show off Ensorcel Aura Rain with Plum, because it's pretty fun on this map. This means that I probably have to get rid of Latina, which is a shame because I'd lose my avoid bonus on the whole army. But I really don't want to get rid of anyone else here. I mean, you're at least another healer. I definitely want Empower because that really helps in taking down mids. And yeah, with that, let's battle. We're close enough that we should be able to take out that first fort on the first turn. That's my first port of call here. And so we have the obligatory dramatic speech, I guess. I like how they're using the opening movie theme for this, though. If there was ever an "are we the bad guys" moment, that would kind of be now. Meanwhile, Estefan has arrived. And meanwhile, Rune is still kind of angsting over the whole Enter situation. So, Eugen actually does have some nice non-comic relief moments. Okay, so first thing that I want to do here is I want to get rid of that Wyvern Knight and just put somebody up there to block that fort as soon as possible, because you really don't want to deal with infinitely spawning Wyvern Knights. So it's a matter of whether I use Sierra or Raffin to take him down, and the other one is going to get rid of the Ballista. So, oh yeah, I'll obviously double him, because, you know, But before Sierra goes, I should remember to... I hope that no enemies are in range of Mel if I do this. Yeah, there are actually... Okay, yeah, ballistas only have 7 range in this game, so... Yeah, not really that huge of a threat right now, but that one that's closest to us can be a problem. So gonna go ahead and ensorcel Sierra before she warps off. I didn't remember to do that last time, and that was a bit unfortunate. So, if Sierra warps, like, here... I wonder if she can one-shot this guy or not. Of course, there's not a whole lot of point in using Nosferatu, because most of the enemies that can attack her here will not, like, she won't be able to counter them. Yes, that is a one-shot. Nice, that saves on Sylphid uses. This is why Ensorcel plus Sierra is a recipe for awesomeness. Does mean, though, that she often... Oh, well, that's with the Salia Codex, too. Ugh. Yeah, it does mean that she doesn't have much of an opportunity to use that Mug Scroll, but that's probably a good thing for now, because it means that if I do this, Raffin's accuracy won't be severely affected. Unfortunately, I will have to dismount him for a little bit, because, and I believe I actually have to use the Pylum here to one-round you, yeah, because I do 18 times 2 due to your 10 defense. I also like how we have the, I may have said this before, the original world map theme from Runen here. Okay, that's that thing gone. Now we just need to watch out for the other 2 ballistas, especially around our fragile healers. Now, I have given Mintz an Iron Shield, which means that the Chukonus will not be able to damage him. At the same time, though, yeah, he's, like, a single Chukonu will break the Iron Shield completely, and if the others gang up on him in this time, that won't be good. So, I'm gonna have to be very careful of Mintz right now. Yeah, don't want to put him in range of any of these tanks just yet. Once I empower him, he'll be able to carve through them with, Flurry Armor Slayer. In fact, what happens if I Flurry Armor Slayer, like, now? Yeah, I have 33 attack against their 27 defense. It still isn't enough to cut through. Yeah, the problem, though, is right now Lyria. Although that's interesting. This spot right there is not actually within, shooting range. Although, it's probably better right now if I empower somebody else. Like, maybe, this is overkill. This is complete overkill, but I have 11 uses of Empower. So yes, Empower can break stat caps. Naren now has 37 strength. Oh, Naren is just amazing. And I think he's... Oh yeah, he has enough defense at base for the not ballistas. I'm gonna call them ballistas a lot, but yeah, for the artillerymen to not be able to damage him at all. I guess I can... Like, it doesn't matter. They're not going to attack him anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I use here. But, speaking of overkill, I have spare occult books, so it's probably fine. And yeah, now I just need... I can't quite take down those other 2 ballistas, but, like, really they're not in range of anyone important right now, except, do they kill Sierra? 21 attack on 4 defense. What's their accuracy? Okay, I may actually need to do a dance with Plum here. But at the same time, I need to make sure, like, Sasha will probably have to dismount to take them out. Oh no, actually, she has the Goddess Shield, she's fine. I just gave that to her because she has less defense than Raffin. So yeah, in that case, I feel like... Yeah, I've got to be careful of Plum, just to make sure that, you know, Plum doesn't get horribly killed by the artilleryman, because you don't want her to get hit by a Chukonu, or a ballista, or really anything on this map. And also, like, the Chukonus are actually somewhat dangerous to, Sasha. And unfortunately, I have no real time to use the occult book with her, but I need to get rid of this ballista, because otherwise Sierra is going to be in danger. The advantage may have helped Sierra possibly take on the Chukonu enemies, but I don't know. They probably would have avoided her anyway. I'm just not entirely sure how the AI works in that regard, but I'm guessing they do avoid her if she has Vantage. Eventually, I kind of want to see if I can lure in the Mage Knights and have Sasha take out, like, 1 per turn until I can stay on that fort and get rid of that one. And speaking of forts, there is that guy. So, yeah, Vega's great for taking out the artillerymen. It's just kind of a problem, because I want a lot of people on this side just to carve through these guys as quickly as I possibly can, but I also would like people on this side, because Runen alone is really not enough to take out these guys with their shields. Like, Vega's crit rate is just excellent against the tanks, though. I sort of want Vega over here. Like, if anything, I would actually prefer Mint on this side. Yeah, to be honest, I mean, you can attack, Mel with a pylon, which is not good. However, if I move Rochelle over to here, you won't be able to. Yep, there we go, that's going to block her off. Yeah, because I am actually seriously considering having Mintz head that way, just because, he's not needed at the castle until turn 10, and that's a long way off. So I can probably afford to send you that way. I really like to have Raphael go the other direction, just because he can take down some tanks with his hammer, and maybe arbalest a few things too. Okay, so that guy is going there. Okay, 33 health. I have, with Starlight, 20 might on... I do exactly 33 damage with Starlight. That's interesting. And I'm not gonna... I don't want to speak too soon, but she'll probably dodge, because Starlight gives, not trade, equip. Starlight gives, a decent amount of avoid, too, so... Yeah, also, Rudin does need to head this way, because there's a special event if Rudin talks to Stephanie, or Estefan. And, yeah, we're gonna talk more about that later. The interesting thing is, you might think that, Rudin should be heading towards the castle, because this is a siege mission, but it turns out that you don't need to worry about that. But, again, we'll get to that later. Oh, nobody is even damaged. That's cool. This is on the map where the initial rush can be a little scary, but once you've got through it, it's not that bad. But, it is definitely important that you have somebody stand on all of those thrones. Forts. My eventual plan is to have my staff users block the forts, because they don't need to move with Physic once they've empowered and installed enough people, that is. And, yeah, at that point, I can fully afford to just have them sit on those forts and block them for the rest of the map. I don't really like your damage against Raphael, but he dodged anyway, so that's good. I'm equipping the hammer, though, which might affect my... He didn't even want to attack, wow. And yet, this is exactly why I got rid of one of the ballistas, because the second one... If two of them had attacked her at once, then she would have died, and Nosferatu doesn't matter when you're dealing with extreme long-range attacks. Oh no, Naren took 4 damage. I'm so scared. And yes, there are going to be more ballisticians, artillerymen, I keep making that mistake, from behind the castle every single turn, and they all have stone hoists, so I guess they are ballisticians, and iron shields. So, yeah, this chapter can get really, really annoying very quickly. So, I've gotta be careful of my dancers and these people. Like, this is the point where, because this guy here has a Brave Crossbow, as does everyone who comes out of that fort, and Brave Crossbows are pretty much immediate death to, my weaker clerics. And I would really very much like to empower Raphael. But in order to do that, I'm gonna need to make sure that I take out that Brave Crossbow guy. I made that mistake in an earlier attempt of this, and it cost me very, very dearly. So, with Empower and a Hammer, I can still miss, but then I have -1 attack speed and I still double, which is great, but, hopefully I hit both of these and I get rid of this guy. Yeah, it's not quite enough to one-shot. In fact, I think if I... It's annoying that I missed the Strength Potion in the desert, and that was like the one desert item that I didn't get, because that is actually a very important item for Raphael, because it pushes him into the threshold of being able to one-round a whole lot of things that he wouldn't be able to otherwise. Yeah, see, all of these are actually insanely good. in this situation. But Liquid is pretty much guaranteed to break through these tanks. I would still, although I might have to use Shram just for the tanking, because, I mean, I am a little bit worried about the, about him taking this many Chukonus at once. Okay, that's good, conserving a use there, and he levels up too. More strength is nice, more defense is very nice. And yeah, we do have 2 of these riders, so I definitely have to, I keep saying be careful all the time, but yeah. The sad thing is, as much as I would love to be using Raffin a lot in this chapter, you kind of need either a Flyer or Sierra, unless you have the Warp Staff, to plug this fort, and you really want to plug this fort, so unfortunately he might just have to stay there for the rest of the map, which is just, it's annoying, but I guess I'm going to have to do it. I probably could have ensorcelled Sasha, now that I think about it. Although she does actually one-round those guys, provided that she gets lucky with her accuracy, which she may not. But I can still try. So let's Levin Sword this thing. Yeah, those Levin Swords that I bought from the secret shop all the way back in Chapter 9 are really paying off even now. That's why I like stocking up there. 11 Pegasus Knights are pretty strong. Like, someone in the comments was saying that maybe Clarus's lineage actually does make sense because the Pegasus Knights all have good magic stats, and yeah, they're all descended from the Fire Sage in some way, however distantly, for some. So I'm thinking that maybe... Yeah, I just have to make sure that Plum isn't in range of anything, but like if Rochelle takes out this guy... I only have 25 attack with Canticle, although I do double, and I also have, like, that also cancels counterattacks. But there are those, yeah. I mean, I suppose there's no reason not to use Canticle against this guy, because I double, I cancel his counterattack, I take no damage, so... But then for the second one, I'm gonna have to use Sunflame. Why is his head turned to, like, face the camera? He's like... Well, I know what's about to happen, and I'm not looking forward to it. Okay, I'm glad that I haven't turned off animations for Rochelle yet, because that is a very cool-looking animation. Yeah, it's called Prelude in the Japanese version, as I've said before. I would appreciate that on the first strike, but oh well. I wonder if they had someone just draw that artwork specifically, or if it's even a stock art from somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if it was stock artwork. Okay, so that guy's gone, and yeah, so if I don't get rid of you, then you can potentially attack Plum if she goes to dance. Gotta remember though, I do have Sierra still. But she doesn't want to take on the Chukonu people without, Vantage Sylphid, and again, if she did have Vantage Sylphid, they'd probably ignore her. So yeah, at this point, I kind of need to use my Sunflame here, and for that, I'm going to go Animations View. Sunflame still looks pretty good even without battle animations on. Yeah, so let's burn you with Sunflame. And this should mean that none of the artillerymen can attack Plum. Okay, okay, that's a really good level up. That is actually excellent in terms of level ups. Yeah, I don't think any of them can attack Plum right now. Yeah, I'd still rather focus on the close ones than the far ones. And Naren's strength is so insane that he can probably one-round these things even without an armor-slaying weapon. Because he is Naren. There we go. Oh, and he still has Paragon, so they're still worth an enormous amount of experience to him, which is pretty silly. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure whether I warp Sierra in there, though, because that is a Brave crossbow, and Sierra, like, Brave weapons are Sierra's one weakness. Chukonus are too. And speaking of which, I've got to be a little careful here, because I really don't want Mince to die again. I guess I've spoiled the outcome of this video's fail channel, but, yeah. Mince, unfortunately, had a bit of an incident. Alright, yeah, she hasn't. Again, I would like to empower Mince if I could, but I don't think I'll be able to. And how much accuracy do you have against her? 41 is still not good. It is rare footage of doubling with Starlight, but that's still not really going to be the best thing out there. Oh, you only have 9 attack, but I do have 0 resistance, so I do take the full 9 from that. I would pile him Flurry, but that puts me in range of one of them, and that means I lose my Iron Shield. So is it worth losing the Iron Shield now? I actually don't think so. And I do double, so this Flurry shouldn't be that dangerous to me. And I do have Enter left for Physics Staff, and I'm not sure whether I'll use that on Sierra or on Mince this turn. Okay, yeah, I will probably have to heal Mince. But can I cancel? No, that's as far as I could go, which means I'm going to have to deal with another one of them next turn. It is kind of funny that I'd even want to attack Mariel, though. And yeah, if I go around there, they're probably going to attack Runen, and 9 damage on Runen plus 25... I mean, he's going to survive, but just don't know whether I can really afford Runen taking that much of a beating right now. Even with the Rapier, he doesn't really do that much to those guys. So, I do have Mel to Physic somebody. And I think Mel heals less than Enter does, so she should probably heal the person who needs less of a heal. Okay, magic is good. Hang on a minute. Okay, you know, she's fine. Maybe Enter should eventually try and plug that forward. But I do want to heal Mince right now. Is this the turn where I can afford to have Sierra? Because I admit that mugging Stone Hoist with Sierra would be pretty funny. I could end up building up a pretty big stockpile of those. Or mugging some Chukonus off of these guys would be even better. Yeah, I actually wonder whether I should use the Mug Scroll now. And you're not within 3 spaces of her. So let's see, yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and use the Mug Scroll. Which, for some reason, is called Guilty Heart in the Japanese version. A lot of the skill scrolls, like... actually, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but there are actually unused skill scrolls for most skills in the game. It's just that only the Mug and Kanto scrolls, I think, are actually used. Most of the others just aren't. But all of them have different names in the game's code to their actual, like, names. Like, skill names, I mean. I need to look up what all of them are, but right now I'm just kind of focused on this, because I don't want Raphael to die. Because I would definitely like him to get a little bit of Pavise. I mean, he's probably fine. I think one other Ballistician can attack him. Maybe 2 if they move in a very specific way. Okay, well, one more Ballistician will do 12. Oh, and they didn't move in that specific way. Although I don't know if the Ballista's in range of him. I would have appreciated some dodges or Pavises there. Just saying. And this is why I equip Shram. Even though he does dodge most of them, it's still, you know, better to be safe. Almost done with this phase. Yeah, there's even more of them incoming. Okay, now you attack Mince. Oh wait, no, of course, no, Mince wasn't even in your range before. Okay, yeah, so I take 8, and then I take 9 from the mage. No, you attack Runen, because of course you do. I just realized that you could probably just let the Wyvern Knights keep spawning for, like, experience if you really wanted to, or to mug some Great Lances off them. Great Lance is not a, well, great weapon, in my opinion. It's just, I don't know, it's just too heavy, and the extra power, you don't really need it in most cases. So I do want to break through those tanks quickly because I don't like the idea of having to deal with infinitely spawning Brave crossbows. They're just an annoying weapon to have to face. They can easily pick off people who are weakened by other things. Okay, can I hit the second one? It's weird how the Mage Knights point down when they cast their spells, but I guess they're calling down the Lightning Bolt. Okay, so she did kill that one. Though there's going to be another one spawning at the end of the turn. Oh, crap. Really? Please dodge. That would have killed him, wouldn't it? I feel bad now. I was, like, just barely in range. Yeah. You can't... You've got to be careful with this chapter. I keep, like, saying that it's like... I'm like, oh yeah, I don't think it's as hard as people say that it is, but... Yeah, he was just barely in range. That was actually, that was actually a pain. I'm really annoyed that I did that, but, anyway. Okay, so there's another one that's come out there, but there's also an artilleryman, although Muriel should be able to take out one. I've also got to keep an eye out for turn 5, so we're on turn 3 right now, because on turn 5, things are going to get fun. That is the thing, though. If I get super, super unlucky, because, like... Okay, 2 shots of that does attack with full, so if 2 of them hit, she does die. So, actually, maybe that's not a great idea. And she can't reach the forest. Or she could attack it in melee, but if she does that, then the other one will be able to attack her. And there's no rescuing in this game. Although... I'm pretty sure I can just do this. Sierra should one-round them. Yeah, 1 hit, cancel counterattack, then it just dies. So yeah, so I can do this, get rid of the other one in melee range with, Muriel. And here's Mug at work. Mug is very fun. So now Muriel, I think, can safely... Oh, that's right. I want to have Plum near Muriel by the time it's turn 5, because you know what I'm gonna do. Like, alternatively, you could just try and turtle this map until turn 5, and then Aura Rain Plum nuke everything. But that might be less interesting to watch. It's probably safer, but again, less interesting to watch. And yeah, I know spell animations can get a bit long in this game, but you don't get to see Muriel attacking that much this late in the game, so I'm going to still show this. Okay, that is no more tanks on this side for the foreseeable future. Now, we'll have to remember that I'm going to need to physic Raphael, probably with 2 people. Now, there's that guy and the Mage Knight. Now, can Runen actually kill that? I think Runen can. In fact, I believe he does exactly enough damage. Although it will be even more fun if I got Draco here. And yeah, like Roy, who came later, although I think Leaf was the one who did it first, with a Lord promotion that looks identical to their previous class, except slightly recolored, although Leaf and Roy weren't even recolored, they just had the exact same portrait as their old classes. So if I flurry this guy down, I'm not sure what gender these Mage Knights are, but they seem male, from what I can tell. Oh, okay, wow, I did way less than I thought I would there. But I do think I'm oh, I might crit anyway, because Wrath. So, someone actually told me that Wrath doesn't actually take effect, like, the, how do I describe this? It's like, when I was worried about Zeeg's Wrath, if you get him down to, like, 1 HP, and then he attacks you in that same phase, Wrath hasn't kicked in at that point. Wrath doesn't actually, like, reset the crit rate until, until the next battle the unit takes part in. Yeah, honestly, I kind of need to go for the closer ones. I can do that with 50 attack. Yeah, I believe I do 23 per hit. And that is enough to one-round you. Even without any crits or anything. Or I could just do that. Because Naren. Because Naren is the answer to a lot of life's questions. Like, do I move a little further up to block, or do I Plum, unfortunately, has to go back a little bit. Although, if I do this, I'm just wondering about something. Yeah, Muriel's all the way up there. Next turn, she'll be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back. Yeah, Plum has to head towards Muriel, unfortunately. Which is a real shame. I have an idea. But for that idea to work, I first need to take out this guy. Because then Raphael might be able to attack one of the tanks, and then Canto onto the fort to block a spawn. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still have that ballista to worry about. Oh, and I do have that guy to worry about too. Yeah, I really, really don't like that guy. In fact, is it actually better for me to Pylum you? Or do I double with the Arbalest? How much? Oh, we have equal, so I don't double. Okay. So, to set things up, Plum is going to head over to near where Muriel is. Plum head here, Physic the right person. Yep. Actually, Vega's a little bit hurting too, but he can soul someone, potentially. Oh, speaking of soul, I think the soul sword itself is on Raphael right now. So Raphael could, like, attempt to soul crit one of those guys, but... like, I actually think that as long as none of the squishy healers are in range of the artilleryman, the bigger threat is actually the brave crossbow. Oh, and I have 58 crit because Raphael has Wrath. So yeah, for example, I'm going to be taking extra damage here, but my crit rate is still going to be 58 for this fight. I believe that's how Wrath works. So you don't need to worry about putting Zeeg into Wrath range. It's like Raphael is so good in so many ways that I just completely forgot that he didn't have Canto. Because it's just like, oh yeah, he's Raphael, he's amazing. Why wouldn't he have Canto? Yeah, that's dumb. Plum, yeah, she can't even... oh, there's only one mastery off using Physic, though, so, I mean, she actually could get to Physic pretty soon. But I definitely need to heal Raphael now. And I think I'm actually just gonna keep doing this. I would appreciate Soul right now, please. Come on, Soul. Well, I crit. Draco. That is not Soul. That means I'm gonna have to use another, use somebody else's Physic on you. 1, 2, 3, 4. She can get one of the tanks, potentially, then Canto back, I think. Really? She is one off one-rounding them? That is a pain. So here's my idea. I've got to keep away from the Ballista and the Brave Crossbow, but my idea is that eventually I'll have Mel plug that, and then things will be getting a little easier. Yeah, I think you Physic Vega? Because that's less health and Vega is in less danger, whereas I'll have Enter Physic Raphael. And I'll have Enter move, a little bit forward. Let's see, nope, yeah, you're fine. Enter will move a little bit forward so she can plug that forward next turn. Once I get later into this map, I'm really, like, I don't really care that much about plugging the Mage Knight forward, because they're really not that big of a threat. They only do, like, 9 damage, and they have 2 attack speed. I could go for, like, Adept on one of them. We'll see if I get Adept. Like, I have to activate a skill here, or crit, or I won't one-round this guy. Oh, I got Adept, good. That's one more dead, tank. It is an interesting idea for a chapter, though, like, this sheer number of tanks and stuff, and, like, it's definitely more, I would say it's less annoying than the Wooden Cavalry, but, yeah, the Wooden Cavalry is a very interesting map, and I'll probably, like, if I ever play Shadow Dragon, I might talk about that, because I only found out, like, recently that, like, ballisticians were not meant to be balanced that way in the original game. In the original game, they worked like artillerymen here. They were basically just very, very high defense, but very slow archers. They just used bows. Like, they were essentially bow armors. Whereas, in Shadow Dragon, they actually let them, like, attack at long range with ballistas, and that was, that made them a lot more dangerous than they were probably intended to be. Yeah, I actually saw, like, one of the Famitsu... Did I just... I got a 10% refresh on Naren. Okay. Well, I won't question that. I guess we can advance further into the map, although, like, Naren is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, like, none of them can get to Lyria, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's go, Naren. Let's just get right in there, take out another tank, and get close to that Brave Crossbow. It can't reach Lyria, right? Please tell me it can't reach Lyria. And I get the ultimate overkill. Also, speaking of ultimate overkill, he levels up. Yes, that's the thing. I found out something about Mastery recently. I was checking, like, the Serenade's Forest charts, and it turns out that for every single weapon type in the game... I just really hope that Raphael doesn't end up dying, because, like, if every single one of these shots hits him, he might die. But yeah, like, I found out that for every weapon type in the game, the highest mastery requirement is 15. I believe it's like Blessed Axe for axes, and for bows, I think it's the Arbalest, I think, that has the highest mastery requirement. Okay, good. Like, as long as he dodged a few of those, I think we're actually totally safe this turn, because I don't think Vega will die to anything else. I get the feeling they only attacked Raphael last time because so many of them could gang up on him. Like, I think the AI knows at the start of a turn if it can potentially kill someone, and it will go for that if it can. So yeah, we're probably fine here. Yeah, that half damage from Shram is great, and it doesn't even consume any uses. And I'm guessing the Ballista is also going to attack him. Yeah, it did. Of course it did. Not like it's going to really matter, but still. It's what I would have done if I was the Ballista. Actually, is it? Like, I just don't know if anything else would have really made a difference, but... You do have to remember that those guys do have catapults, so, if you get too close, they can start shelling you. But now... Okay, yeah, I have to get Sierra away from there. Because I need somebody to get rid of this Mage Knight, and while Sierra is there, I don't see that happening. Actually, what turn is it? It's 4. Yeah, it's 4. Okay, so it's not 5 yet. Not quite yet. But once we get to turn 5, that's when the fun begins. And ends, because, I doubt that I'm going to be able to, yeah, because I'll only be able to do, like, that again on turn 10, and on turn 10, I don't want to use Aura Rain, because, a recruitable character shows up. I'll talk about that, like, a little later, because I am almost positive this map is going to be a two-parter, so, yep, got your Ballista. Yeah, Mug is a lot of fun. I also want Rochelle to be advancing as like further into the map too. So what I think I'll be doing here is Naren will get rid of you. Is he gonna just one-shot you? Yeah, he one-shots you. It's really just tanks that avoid getting one-shotted by Empower Naren right now. That said, he's still gonna have trouble with Ernst. Ernst is legitimately one of the toughest bosses in the game. Oh, and you know what's really annoying? These stairs here, mounted units need to dismount to cross them. Which is just a little annoying when you want to get rid of these guys quickly. Speaking of these guys, yeah, they do have, like, good range on them, so we do have to be a bit careful. Yeah, now Rochelle can advance, like, a little further in. Okay, yeah, that guy, I want to say that I'm going to take him down with Sasha. I think I can just use the Pylum here and be... No, I will not be good with just the Pylum. I actually need the Leaven Sword. And then once we finish off these tanks... Yeah, we'll be able to Aura Rain then. Let's get you back there so that potentially that thing will just die. Yeah, someone needs to take out that Lance Rider so that Mel can just stand where he was. Though in order for that to work, I think I need to get rid of both of those artillerymen. But I have 3 people here and 3 enemies. So as long as everybody one-rounds something, I should be fine here. Now, if I Canticle, is he in range of a catapult? He is in range of a catapult, but as long as it's just one catapult, he's probably okay. They have 9 strength. Oh yeah, and they actually lose 5 points of strength when they transform because of the class bases. 20 though. I mean, he still doesn't die, but... Maybe it's actually more worth it if I go here and then 3-range Sunflame. Because that way I have better defense and, like on the enemy phase, and I still don't get a counterattack. And... there is a tank reduced to, I would say, melted slag, but it's but like they're made of wood in this universe, so yeah. Honestly, I actually think it's more reliable if I do this and go for a Likud critical here. Well, yeah, perfectly reliable. I have 100 crit, and then Raphael should be able to easily one-round this guy. Like, let's see. Yeah, that should be fine. That should definitely be a one-round. Pretty sure. And then I'll be able to plug this fort, which is not really, like, the most useful fort to plug. I'd rather plug the Brave Crossbow one. But still. Oh yeah, I do have extra I really should have used a I have all these spare Canto Scrolls. I should have given one to Raphael and used it on him. Now, does anybody need Physic? I think Vega needs it the most right now. I mean, I could use Empower on Vega, but I don't really think it's that necessary. Because, yeah, if I use this and I get 100 critical, it's like this sword, like, it's just, some of the things that, oh, also Draco, yeah. Some of the things that the Karka games give you access to, it is just a little bit crazy, like a legendary Wind Tome that gives you plus 20 speed. I don't think anybody's in range of Sing. Well, actually, I could probably pop the Swift Potion on Plum right now. Which will, yeah, give her 7 move. Yeah, and with that, Muriel can go here and still get danced for. Yeah, I don't double, but it still one-shots. So we're almost to Aura Rain time, and I'm actually thinking that, like, in terms of all the, like, preamble and the cutscenes and stuff, I might be ending this part quite soon. In fact, I might end it right before I use Aura Rain as a bit of a cliffhanger. Though, of course, by the time I actually get to that point, there's not really going to be many enemies left on the map to even use Aura Rain on, but it's still... I mean, I wonder if it will actually kill the Physic Bishop, because if it does, that would be really, really good. Oh yeah, and I was going to have Enter stand on the fort. And suddenly, in my head, I thought of a very weird thing that only I would get, like a children's museum near me when I was younger had like, stand on the small feet. It was like a measuring your jumping strength machine, I think. But it's just this deep, booming voice that would say, stand on the small feet, when sort of instructing you how to use the machine, which was actually kind of scary to a lot of young children at that time. But, okay, so that's, yeah, there's just one fort that isn't plugged, well, that and that one. But thankfully, the reinforcements only show up at the end of the turn. Okay, we should be pretty much done with most of the rush of this map. And did I have a ranged weapon equipped? Please tell me I had a ranged weapon equipped. Yes, I had a pylon equipped, although is it a pylon that's almost broken? Or is it the fresher pylon? I hope it's the fresher pylon. I still think oh, and, yeah. It was the almost broken one, wasn't it? No. Okay, you converted yourself into a catapult, but you didn't actually attack. That's weird. I guess you can't convert an attack in the same turn. No, wait, you can, because Tom can. So I don't even know what they were thinking there. But like proof of concept, yep, I cannot go up these stairs unless I dismount, which is an enormous pain. But yes, we're going to be showing things back here next time when we show off Aura Rain. Although I also won't I won't have Ensorcel on her though. I really probably should have had Ensorcel, but anyway, we'll be showing Aura Rain next time. See you all then. Let's go ahead and empower Raphael right now. So that puts him up to 27 strength. Okay, let's Sunflame down this one. Oh, have I... Let me just check something. Yeah, I'm gonna put Rochelle on Few, just because... Yeah, I know that some people have said that Rochelle's Sunflame animation hurts their eyes, so... I'm gonna go ahead and turn his animations off. It still looks pretty cool even with only map animations on. I would rather get rid of this guy than I would get rid of any of the ballisticians, because they're not really gonna get to us in time to really be dangerous. Unfortunately, I cannot use Mince to block the fort forever, because if I do, then I can't get him up to the castle by turn 10. And yeah, this is the point where... I obviously don't want Plum to get hit by any of the Chukornu guys, but at the same time, here, yeah, Lyria is in threat range of that. Oh yeah, that's a Brave Frostbow. That is probably gonna kill Lyria, so I need to either block you somehow, or, you know, I probably should have been smarter about where I positioned my people, actually, because I could have blocked you better that way. Hang on a minute. If I put Plum there and Rochelle goes up one and kills that, I don't think... Oh, no, you can still get to Plum. You go there and then shoot Plum from there. It feels like no matter what I do, that guy's gonna have a chance of killing someone. And I can't have Plum dance for anyone without putting her in potential death range of Chukornus, which are even less of a chance of her surviving. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I'm getting out of this without luck. Yes, I know. I don't particularly care about this. Oh yeah, Mint might die. Is Mint in, like, kill range of another one? I don't know. I mean, it probably doesn't even matter anyway. Wait. I mean, this is still a chance of a death, though, so it doesn't really matter.